A few days ago, China's National Bureau of Statistics released its gross domestic product, or GDP, for the second quarter and the first half of 2022. According to the preliminary calculations, China's economy grew 0.4% year-on-year in the second quarter and 2.5% year-on-year in the first half. To meet the regime's economic growth target, set at 5.5% for the whole year, the GDP must achieve an 8% growth rate in the year's second half. Below is a graph of China's quarterly GDP growth rates in 2021 and 2022. At first glance, the graph shows an overall downward trend in the economy, but the curve is relatively stable. However, a closer look at the horizontal and vertical axes on the graph reveals something unusual. This graph does not use 0 as the origin of coordinates, but uses -10. So even if the growth in this year's second quarter is only 0.4%, it creates an illusion of much more than 0 on this chart. So in the general method of drawing, what should it be? First, take a look at the image below. Same input data, but the curve suddenly becomes very scary. The original graph does not reflect a sharp downturn in the economy. That's because the author of that graph used -10 as the origin of the coordinates. Netizens rushed to comment on the absurd graph. One said that the author put 0 at a too high level. Another said, from 4.8% to 0.4%. It doesn't feel much. A commentator joked that the author who drew the graph gave him a life lesson. Qualified, a person said, referring to the author from the regime's statistics bureau. One netizen commented that the person who drew the graph could be fired.